Hello everyone, in our today's lecture of the ratio analysis, we are studying our activity ratios. First is stock turnover ratio. What do you mean by the stock turnover ratio? The number of the time the average stock is turned over during the year is known as stock turnover ratio. What is the formula of the stock turnover ratio? Stock turnover ratio is equals to cost of goods sold upon average stock. What is the formula of the cost of goods sold? So cost of goods sold is equals to opening stock plus purchase expense minus closing stock, or there is a two formula of the cost of goods sold. First is this, second is sales minus gross profit, right? And what is the average stock? Average stock is equals to opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2, right? There is a stock turnover ratio. Now second, debtors ratio. The ratio shows that the number of the days taken to collect the dues of the credit sale. What do you mean by the debtors ratio? Debtors ratio means how much days are required for the collection of the credit sales, right? So, what is the formula of the debtors ratio? Debtors ratio is equals to debtors plus bills receivable divide by average daily sales. So we have to find out average daily sales. Average daily sales is equals to credit sales divided by days of years. So we have to write down both the equation, but let's simplify the formula in the one. So directly we have to find out just like that. Debtors plus bills receivable divided by credit sales into days. So no need to write both the equation, directly write this equation. Debtors plus bills receivable divided by credit sale into days in a year, right? Then we have creditors ratio. In creditors ratio, what is the formula of the creditors ratio? Creditors plus bills payable divided by average daily purchase, right? So in this we have to again find out average daily purchase. So I'm writing a directly applied formula for this creditors ratio, or creditors plus bills payable divided by annual purchase into days. Right? This is a creditor's ratio. Now, fourth is fixed asset turnover. Which one is fixed asset turnover? Is equals to sales divide fixed asset. Sales divide fixed asset. Simple. Now, fifth, it is a total asset turnover. Sales divided by total assets. Right? Now last, sixth one, debt service coverage ratio. Debt service coverage ratio is equals to profit available for debt payment divided by installment of principal plus interest. These are the 6 equity ratios, right? Sorry, there is extra additional formula is also be there. Seventh one, there is a working capital turnover is equals to sales divided by net working capital. Now let's solve the illustration number 2. From the following statement, the Progress Company Limited for the year ending 31st March 2013, you are required to calculate the following ratios in a bracket 300 days to be taken for the year. Current ratio, liquid ratio, operating ratio, stock turnover ratio, debtors ratio, gross profit ratio, net profit ratio and proprietary ratio. Right? We have all studied all the ratios and the formula. Now we are applying all the formulas in illustration number 2. The balance sheet is given as well as P&L account. All the information is given directly. First is ratio is current ratio. Let's find out illustration number 2. First is current ratio. Current ratio is equals to current asset divided by current liability. Write down. Okay. So let's classify the current assets and current liability. Right. So from the balance sheet, take out all the current assets, stock, debtors, cash and bills receivable. So write down stock 15,000, debtors 25,000, cash 15,000 and bills receivable 15,000. Let's total it out. Total is 70,000. Current liability, there is only 2: sundry creditors and outstanding expense. Creditors 20,000, outstanding expense 15,000, total is 35,000. So current asset will be 70,000 divided by 35,000. Ratio will come 2. That means 2 is to 1. Right? And this is the ideal ratio. Right? Now second. Second is liquid ratio. Liquid ratio is equals to assets divided by liquid liability. Right? So how we find the liquid asset? Liquid asset is equals to current asset minus stock. Current asset is 70,000 minus stock 15,000. We get liquid asset of rupees 55,000. Right? What is the formula of the liquid liability? Liquid liability minus bank overdraft. But there is no bank overdraft, so we directly taken as a 35,000 as a liquid liability also. So liquid ratio is equals to liquid asset will be 55,000 and liquid liability will be 35,000. Answer will come 1.57 is to 1. So liquid ratio will be 1.57 is to 1. Right? Now third ratio. Third ratio is operating ratio. Operating ratio is equals to cost of goods sold plus operating expense divided by sales. Right? So first we have to find out the cost of goods sold. So cost of goods sold. As we know, there are two formulas of the cost of goods sold. There is opening stock plus purchase purchase expenses minus closing stock. And second formula is sales minus gross profit. So simple formula is sales minus gross profit. So we are applying that formula here. You can solve with the other formula also. Answer will be same. So sales minus gross profit. Sales is given 1,80,000. Gross profit is given 65,000. We get cost of goods sold is equals to 1,15,000. Right? Let's find out the operating expenses. Operating expenses are admin expense plus selling expense. Admin expenses 23,000 plus selling expense 10,000. It will come 33,000. Right? So let's find out the operating ratio. We have all the terms. So directly I am putting the value in the formula. Cost of goods sold 1,15,000 plus operating expense 33,000 divided by sales 1,80,000 into 100. Right? Where you have to multiply 100, where note should be, you have to remember all the formulas. Right? So it will come 1,48,000 divided by 1,80,000 into 100. Answer will be 82.2%. Right? That is a operating ratio is 82.2%. 2%. Now fourth ratio is a stock turnover ratio. Fourth one is stock turnover ratio. Stock turnover ratio is equals to cost of goods sold divided by average stock. Right? We have already find it out, the cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold is 1,15,000. Right? Average stock. What is the formula of the average stock? Average stock is equals to opening plus closing divided by 2. Right? So opening stock is 25,000 plus closing stock is 15,000 divided by 2. It will come 20,000. So average stock will be 20,000. 1,15,000 divided by 20,000. It will come 5.75 times. Always remember the activity ratios or just turnover ratios. All the turnover ratios come in the times, right? So 5.75 times. That means each year the stock will turn 5.75 times in a year, right? Ratio number 5, debtors ratio. Debtors ratio is equals to debtors plus bills receivable divided by credit sale into days, right? So debtors is given 25,000, bills payable is 15,000, credit sale. There is a no bifurcation given. It's how much credit, how much cash sales is there. So we are assuming the all sales are credit sales. So credit sale will be 1,80,000 into days is given 300, right? So 25,000 plus 15,000, so 40,000 divided by 180 into 300. 66.66. That means 66.66 days. Days cannot be in a point, right? So we will write 67 days. Understood? Let's find out the sixth ratio. Sixth is gross profit ratio. Easiest ratio, gross profit divided by sales into 100. Gross profit is given 65,000. 65,000 divided by 1,80,000 into 100. What will be the answer? Answer will be 36.11%. So 36.11%. Right? Let's seventh. Seventh ratio is net profit ratio. Net profit divided by sales into 100. Here net profit is given 35,000, but there is a two elements. There is one loss by the fires and profit and the sale of the fixed asset. We are not considering in the profit, so we have to add a loss of rupees 2,000 and we have to deduct the profit on the sale of the asset, 5,000. Right? So we get net profit 32,000. Right? Fix the profit on the sale of the fixed asset and loss by the fire, and we are not considering here because of the both of things are unnatural or it's abnormal, right? So both the things we are add or less from the net profit. Now applying the formula, 32,000 divided by 1,80,000 into 100. It will come 70.78%. Right? And the last, 8th, proprietary ratio. Proprietary ratio is equals to proprietor's fund divided by total assets. So first we have to find out the proprietor's fund. So proprietor's funds is equals to share capital plus reserve and surplus. So share capital is given 50,000 plus, here P&L credit balance also be there, and we have to deduct the fictitious assets. Right? So share capital is given 50,000 plus general reserve given 40,000 plus P&L 15,000 minus any fictitious asset. Fictitious asset is preliminary expense, right? The preliminary expense will be 10,000. So 50,000 plus 40,000 plus 15,000 minus 10,000, we get 95,000. Proprietor's fund will be 95,000. And total asset after deducting the fictitious asset. So total asset is equals to total asset minus fictitious assets. So total asset will be 1,90,000. Total of the balance sheet minus fictitious asset 10,000. It will come 1,80,000. Right? So directly now we have both the values we are putting in the formula. So we get 95,000 divided by 1,80,000 into 100. We get 52.78%. 52.78%. Right? Thank you.